Bridge is a large nonprofit that has a mission to build affordable, quality housing for seniors and families throughout California and now Oregon and Washington State.
Potrero, I always describe as a tale of two cities. It's different than any other neighborhood I think I've ever seen in the country. It really has the biggest socioeconomic gap I think that we have in the United States. You have some of the wealthiest families living just on the top of the hill on the north side, and then some of the poorest families we have in this country living on the south side.
A lot of people feel when you live in public housing that people don't want to go anywhere and they don't want to do anything, and then some of them feel they can't do anything. And so this is just a way of showing them, yeah, yes you can. And especially if you're a single parent, you still can go to school and work and take care of your child and be a positive role model.
My biggest hope and vision is to see all the babies that we're working with now, and even all the kids and youth, just to be able to see them enjoy it and see the same children that were worried about being displaced know that they were able to come back home and have their home be a better place.
It has amazing opportunities to create a mixed income community where market rate housing can be, side by side with public housing and mixed income housing. So it provides a lot of great opportunities. It also has some of the best weather in San Francisco.
I think that the community building groups and various activities that the Bridge has been engaged in to kind of knit together the community has been amazing, and I've seen people really blossom with opportunities to work on the urban farm, actually being involved with jobs in the planning process, community outreach. Also the walking school bus program has just been incredible. And in addition, it's given the planning process and the community building activities have given all neighbors on the hill a chance to come together and get to know each other for a common goal, which in this instance, I feel like it's an incredible opportunity to redesign a neighborhood and building on the great parts of the neighborhood that exist already and the people, and have something that reflects sort of the values and the spirit of this community, and working together is great.
If you have a community that's worth investing in, don't stop because something bad happens. You have to keep going forward.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I feel a bit like Madonna up here. Hello, I'm Emily Weinstein, and I'm the director of Rebuild Potrero for Bridge Housing. And I got involved in this work because I truly believe that people are a product of their environment, and that we have a responsibility as a society to create vibrant, healthy, and diverse neighborhoods where everybody can thrive. I've been involved in large-scale public-private partnerships for over 15 years, focusing on affordable housing, education reform, and economic development. I have a dual degree from MIT in city planning and real estate development, and I also serve on the Planning Commission in the city of Oakland. Bridge Housing has a long track record of developing high-quality, affordable housing in San Francisco. With over 30 years of experience and 13,000 units under our belts, we know how to get a project done, to improve neighborhoods, and to impact people's lives. We've done it time and time again. For example, the North Beach public housing redevelopment, which has transformed that little corner of San Francisco. My boss likes to say Rebuild Potrero is like North Beach, but on steroids. Tonight we're here to support Rebuild Potrero as part of the housing category. We are requesting $180,000 over the next 3 years to help fund the Rebuild Potrero Community Building Initiative. Rebuild Potrero, as you saw, is a transformative project to redevelop 606 public housing units into a truly mixed income new neighborhood with new infrastructure, parks and open space, retail, community spaces, and 1,600 of housing units affordable to families at all income levels. We have a rare opportunity right now to leverage the housing market and the project's prime location to integrate real market rate housing into the fabric of what is now a geographically, socially, and economically isolated pocket of poverty in the southeast sector of San Francisco, an area where the average household income is less than $14,000. The violent crime rate is 5 times the city average, and more than 50% of the elementary school children are chronically absent from school. But Rebuild Potrero is more than just bricks and mortar. We know that housing alone is not enough. It will take long-term systemic and cultural changes to truly transform the neighborhood and bring together people from opposite sides of the economic spectrum to live together in a successfully integrated and genuine community. Whereas Rebuild Potrero has a timeline of about an 8 to 10 year build-out period, the social transformation has already started with our community building work. Most models of redevelopment focus on housing and have a bit of programs and services attached. Bridge has created a new model called trauma-informed community building, which acknowledges the realities of families living in poverty and the sustained stress and trauma that families undergo in the public housing. It provides strategic community engagement and community building activities on a daily basis that help prepare not only the public housing residents, but also the surrounding community members and the surrounding institutions for the long-term change. Our metrics for success are holistic and long-term. We will build 1,600 energy-efficient, high-quality housing that is affordable to families at all income levels. We will improve transportation access, safety, and walkability of the neighborhood. And we're also going to improve the social outcomes for public housing families in the areas of education, economic security, safety, and health and wellness. So I now want to turn it over to Uzuri to talk about her story. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Uzuri Pease Green, and I live in Potrero Hill Public Housing. 6 years ago, I was smoking crack, drinking, and just being a problem in my community. But now, I woke up one day and decided that me and God had to talk and decided that I need to do something and change my life. So at that time, Bridge Housing was doing outreach in the community. And so I started going to the Rebuild meetings. And because I had to actually channel my energies into something positive, and so I enrolled into a leadership training course, which actually brought out the leadership qualities that have been buried inside of me for a few years. And then, ironically, I ended up getting hired by Bridge as a junior community builder. And then things really started to change for the better for myself and my community. Before, there was no opportunities for the North and the South Side to come together. But now, we have the gardens, the community building events, community building activities, and healthy living activities. Take Zumba. It's like a rainbow in there. Nobody cares how much money you make. Nobody cares how much rhythm you have. It's just coming together and doing something that everybody likes doing. The reason why the community activities are so successful is because Bridge is not like the others. The other programs and services, they come in and then they come and go. But Bridge has made it a point to be consistent in everything that they do. And this is why it's giving hope to people so that they can depend on. And that's why it's giving me even more hope to be successful and with themselves and myself, but then also in my family and in my community. I want to thank you so much for listening to us, and thank you.
Emily, just curious, this project is obviously a huge project over many, many years, and much of the construction is funded. But how does Bridge Housing keep going in this environment since redevelopment agencies have been eliminated by the governor 4 years ago and the money just isn't there from the public sector any longer?
The incredible thing about Rebuild Potrero is the value of the market rate parcels. And so for a redevelopment of this size and this number of affordable housing units, we will be subsidizing or reducing the gap that the city that the city would provide for each of the affordable housing parcels through the market rate developments. And so on a per unit basis, it's actually a very small amount that the city will be providing for the affordable units. on the question.
One question, huge project in
Yes.
terms of the size and the amount of money that it takes. As philanthropists, what would be changed if there was no philanthropic money to fill in the gaps, and how does the philanthropic money really make a difference in the quality of the project?
So, I mean, what's really unique about Rebuild Potrero, other than the integration of the market rate housing, has been this new model of trauma-informed community building and a focus that we've made on just the community building process. But traditional methods, grants, and traditional methods of funding really focus on either housing or programs and services. And we're saying there's a third component. There's a readiness factor that needs to prepare residents even for those programs and services. So flexible funding that allows us to continue the community building activities is crucial for the long-term success of the project. Okay. Thank you.